A lightning bolt struck the roof of this F building here at the Tremont Student Living Center in Patton Township. You can see behind me we have an ambulance, we have a state trooper, we have a coroner on scene. I-70 eastbound is closed, as you can see behind me. I want to step behind the camera to give you a closer look here. Going to zoom in. As you can see, these flames right here that crews are still battling. Those tankers have been shuttling back and forth here. You can see them behind me. These communication devices help kids with disabilities tell their parents their wants, needs, and feelings, like how much pain they're in.
I feel a lot of pain.
In State College, David Kaplan, WTAJ News. Yeah. Garrett's teacher at CPI, Mike Sipe, says more and more auto techs are retiring, and unlike Garrett, it's hard to get most young people interested in their career because cars are constantly changing and getting harder to fix. You can see all the tire tracks just feet away from Josh Blower's tombstone. Safety company Shape the Sky is teaching local parents about the apps their children are using, like Instagram and Snapchat. It's also helping them recognize the dangers their children are facing while using these apps. In Tyrone, Blair County, David Kaplan, WTAJ News. As we're speaking, you might be able to hear the thunder and see the lightning behind me. That's still happening, and we still have rain coming down. I'm 5'9". Take a look at this uprooted tree you can see behind me. This fire truck I'm riding in was given to the Great Township Volunteer Fire Department. You can see right now, Vice President Pence is waving to the crowd. He just came out of the plane. He's waving to the soldiers. He's waving to the family members. Police showed up. The protesters here that you can see holding up the signs, some say #WeAreNot. I'm at the State National Guard Readiness Center in Huntington, where Todd Messner trained before serving in Iraq. His family tells me he developed post-traumatic stress disorder after his tour, and it lasted for years.
He wasn't like this forever, and he was a family man. We did lots of things as a family. He wasn't just some crazy guy with a gun.
Todd Messner's wife Alda says post-traumatic stress disorder from serving in the National Guard in the Iraq War changed him. And Friday's incident with police wasn't the first time his PTSD caused him to do something dangerous.
He had a breakdown. He did some damage to the neighbor's house.
In January 2015, Messner poured gasoline on his neighbor's cabin, trying to burn it. Alda says he was taken to a psych hospital, got medication, served time in jail, and moved back in with his family for 3 years. This past April, he stopped taking his medication. Alda says the VA in Altoona said Messner had to commit himself there to be treated. She gave him an ultimatum.
I told him, if you're not going to take your meds, you need to leave. I don't want you around the kids. I don't know what you're going to do.
Messner moved in with his mother, Sandra Messner, in April. On July 18th, Sandra says state troopers picked up Messner on a 302 medical warrant, allowing them to take him to an emergency room for an involuntary medical evaluation. But Sandra says the doctor never evaluated her son. A week later, and the day before he was shot and killed by police, she says she saw him with a gun.
He was holding the gun up to up at his neck, under the right side of his jaw. I said, put that down, and then he put it, he put it away, and I didn't see it.
State Police Trooper Joseph Dunsmore tells me police could hold a news conference on the shooting as early as this Wednesday. In Huntington, David Kaplan, WTAJ News. After the bull got out of the farm, it roamed around through this Boalsburg neighborhood and damaged the property of several homes. Mike and Janice Crocco were enjoying their Thursday afternoon when...
But all of a sudden...
There was a cow.
There was a cow.
In their Boalsburg neighborhood.
Looked out the window across the road and...
Saw
saw a cow roaming around.
They've seen a few cows escape onto Highway 322 nearby in the past, but never onto their street.
This one just seemed to make himself at home. Really, I mean, he doesn't...
Yeah, he came up on the porch.
Yes.
They say State College police came quickly, but that didn't stop the bull from causing damage.
They came over and was licking our lamp post, and he knocked it off, which will have to be replaced.
Mike was scared when the bull started coming closer to their home.
I was kind of afraid when he came up to the front door that he would go down the walkway there in front of the house. That way, There's a lot of furniture there he could have destroyed.
The Crocos aren't sure if their insurance will cover something like this. They say they didn't think they would need cow insurance. The bull also knocked down a lamp post you can see here across the street. Mike and Janice were relieved when the farmers were called and put the cow in a trailer. They were happy the damage wasn't worse. So it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. But luckily, he just turned around and got the heck out of there. Well, I'm telling you.
He did.
He did, yes.
Mike says he hopes the farmers secure the fence to keep the cow at the farm.
I hope I don't see another cow in the front yard.
The good news, no one was injured. Lincoln Caverns is bringing Huntington County's history to light.
We have family from New Jersey and we're from Ohio. This was a good middle point for us to meet, and it looked like a good spot to be with some fun activities for the kids.
Monica Young's kids and niece enjoy collecting rocks, and panning at Lincoln Caverns has made them think they might want to do something with rocks for a career.
I had fun. It was awesome. I found like a fair-sized crystal point.
Some of them were really big and like there were different variety of colors like purple, there was green and blue, and some of them were like smaller but they had more color to them.
Samantha Williams and Bethany Prettyman are working in Mill Creek for the summer, and they say they had to come to Lincoln Caverns before they left.
I love all the stalactites and the stalagmites, just seeing like how they connect even though they're so far apart. I don't know, just how the water drips to form all the different formations, and there's such a wide variety, it's crazy.
Mike Leonard, tour guide for Lincoln Caverns, says when kids come here, they're learning a lot about science, but that's not it.
We get to discuss the mineral, we get to discuss how all of that stuff got there, and we also have a little bit of local history. A big stalactite, natural well underneath it.
Lincoln Caverns opened for tours in 1930. Whisper Caves, located just up the hill from the caverns, was found in 1938 by Myron Dunleavy, a local teenager.
He spent years just digging in this sinkhole that his dad said probably wouldn't lead to too much, and he found this whole cave, and so it's amazing what you can find if you're really dedicated.
Leonard says they started offering a unique type of tour recommended to them by a Penn State geologist.
Every Wednesday night we do black light tours in the cave where you would see the cave more in the dark, and then we have black lights, ultraviolet light, where we show the cave a little differently than we normally do.
In Huntington, David Kaplan. Are you gonna go dig now?
Yeah. If I can find a cave. Yeah.
WTAJ News.